They tried to steal her land, but they woke a soldier instead. Before we begin, if you believe in justice, equality, and standing up for what's right, take 1 second, just one, to subscribe to this channel right now. Because these are the untold struggles, and today's story will break your heart and rebuild your hope. Click here to subscribe. The sun stretched lazily over Somerset County, Georgia, a small rural town where the whispers of pines carried stories older than its people. Nestled between two worn-out highways and endless fields was Lake Avalon, a vast, serene body of water surrounded by small cottages, homes that had been passed down through black families for generations. For decades, the lake had been the heart of the community. Baptisms were done in its shallows. Juneteenth cookouts painted its shores red and gold with firelight. Kids learned to fish there. It wasn't just water, it was legacy. But one Thursday morning, that peace shattered. A row of white SUVs rolled up the gravel road. Men in tan suits stepped out, clipboards in hand, their sunglasses reflecting the lake like predators eyeing prey. At the center of them stood Charles Denton, president of the new Lakeside Homeowners Association, an HOA that the residents never agreed to join. He smiled like a man smelling free money. This property, including the lake, now falls under the Somerset HOA jurisdiction, he said, waving a stack of papers. And according to these documents, this land belongs to the community association, not you people. The crowd murmured. An old woman clutched her chest. A young mother held her son closer. At the back of the crowd stood Evelyn Moore, 67, the last surviving descendant of the family that originally built the lake dam with their bare hands after emancipation. Her trembling hand held an old leather folder, her family's deed. But the HOA had found a loophole, a corporate acquisition through a dissolved county clause, twisting legal language to claim ownership. It was fraud, plain and simple. Marcus whispered, "You picked the wrong town." If you believe one person can make a difference, even when the system's against them, hit that subscribe button right now. Because what happens next will leave you speechless. White right pointing backhand index subscribed to the untold struggles. Morning came hot and heavy. Sheriff's cruisers lined the dirt road, blue lights flickering over the lake water. HOA officials stood with arms folded, and behind them, a tow truck and bulldozer. Evelyn stood on her porch, tears staining her cheeks. Her neighbors, farmers, teachers, elders, gathered silently beside her. Then a black pickup truck pulled up. Out stepped Marcus, boots heavy, eyes sharp. He walked straight through the line of HOA officers. "This property is under dispute," he said. "You have no court order." Denton smirked. "We don't need one. The association has authority." "You have papers," Marcus interrupted. "Not rights. You forged documents. I know the law, and I've served to defend it." The sheriff hesitated. He'd known Marcus since high school, knew his record, his service. But Denton snapped. "Arrest him for obstruction." The officer froze. Marcus raised his voice. "You lay one hand on me, sheriff, and you'll be arresting the wrong man." The neighbors began to film. The air buzzed with tension. Evelyn held up her deed. "This lake fed my people when the world wouldn't feed us. You can't just take it." That night, the story hit social media. #SaveAvalonLake began trending after Marcus's niece uploaded the footage. News trucks rolled into Somerset. Reporters flooded the street. The HOA tried to spin it, claiming unregistered property management and community development rights. But the truth had momentum now. One interview changed everything. Evelyn, standing before her farmhouse, said on live TV, "They took our land once before. We ain't letting them do it again." Her words went viral. Marcus gathered the community that evening by the lake. He pointed across the water, his voice echoing against the trees. "This lake isn't just water. It's blood and backbone. If they want it, they'll have to look every one of us in the eye." They formed a human chain at dawn, elders, veterans, single mothers, children, linking hands around the lake's perimeter. When the HOA came back with bulldozers, they found an army of villagers waiting. The HOA filed a federal injunction. Within hours, helicopters hovered above. SWAT trucks lined the road. But Marcus didn't flinch. He met the sheriff again at the gate. "You're standing in the way of progress, Marcus," the sheriff said quietly. "No," Marcus replied. "I'm standing in the way of theft." Then, with the nation watching, The HOA's false deeds were exposed by an investigative journalist who uncovered the fraud, fake signatures, altered county files, and corporate money laundering. The case exploded. FBI agents raided the HOA's office that same week. Weeks later, a federal court dismissed all HOA claims. The land was restored to its rightful owners. The judge called it an egregious abuse of authority. But the twist? Charles Denton, the HOA president, fled the state. Marcus received a letter one evening, no return address. Inside was a single photograph, Denton shaking hands with a state senator. Written on the back were 4 words, "It's not over yet." Marcus looked at the photo, jaw tightening. He turned to Evelyn. "They're coming back, higher up this time." Evelyn smiled faintly. "Then we'll be ready." The camera pans upward, over the lake, now calm again, golden in the sunset, and fades to black.